Got my crew neck for Sister Cities in the mail, and I want to be buried in this. So if you see me wear this in like 15 videos, I'm not sorry. Hi, hey, I'm Morgan, and today I am going to sit here and check in with you guys about the goals that I made for my reading as well as for my booktube channel at the beginning of the year. I decided that every couple of months I'm going to be doing just a brief check-in to see how I am doing with my reading goals as well as my booktube goals. April, August, and December I'm going to be doing these little check-ins. So you get one for like the first quarter of the year, and then when we're a little more than halfway through the year, and then finally at the end of the year, so we can see how I have continued to work with these goals. This relationship won't thrive if I'm not completely open and honest with you, and you guys will know which ones I haven't really done my best at completing. So what's the point of lying to you? Like if I sat here and was like, yeah, I've consistently uploaded every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday since January 1st. You'd be like, excuse me, who do you think you're talking to? The first goal that I had set for myself was to consistently upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm finally getting into the swing of it and getting to this goal and getting much better at pre-filming, editing, and uploading. This isn't a goal that can be really completed until the end of the year, but it's not one that I was consistent with, and now I'm much more consistent with, so question mark? Second goal I had set for myself was to be more active in the booktube and bookstagram community. I've definitely been a lot more active with people on Twitter, and I finally started doing more Instagram stories and communicating with people that way. I definitely could use some work in the commenting on videos and keeping up with all of my favorite creators' videos and my friends' videos, so that's one that I'm definitely working on. But I am a little bit active in the community, but of course not as active as I would like to be. This is all about improvement and growth and moving forward and pursuing our goals, so like I'm getting there, okay? The third goal I had set for myself was to not stress myself out about my reading or my content creation, and I really haven't let myself get stressed out about either of those things, which is impressive. I tend to let myself get too overwhelmed, and I overanalyze things, and I stress myself out, and I pick myself apart, and I have a tendency to rip myself to shreds over the littlest things, but I haven't let myself get stressed about not uploading a video in time or not finishing a book that I wanted to finish in a certain month or not getting to a TBR jar pick book. Like, I've done really well in not beating myself up over little things and not sweating the small stuff with my reading and my content creation. Number 4 was just to have fun while I read. I have not had this much fun reading in a significant amount of time. I have loved all the experiences I've had reading, even the books that I didn't enjoy that much. I still have found ways to enjoy myself while reading. I have been having so much fun. Goal number 5 was to not read books solely based off of hype, and I don't think there's been any book this year that I've read that I've only read because it's been overly hyped. I have read hyped up and like talked about books, but that's just coincidental. Hype has gotten me interested in the books that I've read this year, but none of the books I've read this year were read solely because of the hype, and that feels really cool to be able to honestly say. Goal number 6 was to buy less books and then subsequently read more of the books that I already own. And then I went further and said I wanted to read 5 books and then allow myself to buy 1 book every time I read 5. That part I haven't done, but I have bought significantly less books so far this year than I did this time last year. Goal number 7 was that I wanted to read 1 2018 book release a month, and I've done that. I've definitely read more than 4 2018 releases so far this year, but I'm loving it. I've been reading ARCs and getting new releases from the library or buying new releases that I've been interested in, and I have just been absolutely adoring reading 2018 releases alongside the backlisted books I've been reading too. Number 8 was that I wanted to upload 2 book reviews onto my channel a month. Here is a shot of all the videos I've uploaded so far this year. As you can see, I have not uploaded a single book review, which I'm super bummed about because I definitely have wanted to. I could sit here and make excuses, but to be honest, the only thing that kept me from creating content and from uploading book reviews was myself. I definitely plan on starting this goal with this month and uploading 2 book reviews this month, regardless of if I think they're good or if they're backlisted books or new books or whatever. I definitely plan on uploading 2 book reviews and being able to share my thoughts about certain books with you guys. Number 9 was my project TBR, which if you're not familiar, I have a whole video about that here on my channel. I have a majority of my unread books up in my closet on a shelf, and I put all the titles of my unread books and folded them into little origami stars, which can be found in this cute little jar, which I've named Star Jar Binks because of who I am as a person and my love of puns. January and February, I pulled 2 stars out of the jar. I attempted to read the books that were in there. I haven't done the star jar since February. I didn't do it for March or April because there were books that I didn't read in February and 1 book from January that I hadn't read. I gave each of those a try, and I decided that instead of just like forcing myself to read these books that I just was not feeling, I am going to unhaul them. So I'm adding something new to my project TBR here. If I pull a star out of the jar and I don't read that book after 2 months, I have to unhaul it. I think that's a good deadline. I originally wasn't going to do that. I didn't want it to be like, I have to unhaul these if I don't read them, but now I'm like, oh, I don't think I'll read those ever if I'm putting them off for 2 months. I am giving myself that 2 months of reading books and deciding if I want to keep them or unhaul them. So I don't know if I'm gonna do the TBR jar every 2 months instead of every single month. I think that might be what I do because I don't want to have books in my closet. I want them to be on my shelves or on someone else's shelves. So Project TBR, I've done decent with it, but I've gotten more ideas for how I can better structuralize it than anything else, which is fine. I'm not mad about it. And my final goal that I had for reading and booktube was my Goodreads reading challenge goal, which was to read 1 book, and I have exceeded this with flying colors. I have loved not having to stress out about a Goodreads reading goal. That's just me. I personally just stress about having a Goodreads reading challenge, and that's on me 100%. If you do really well with having a set number that you want to get to, that's awesome. This year I just wanted to mellow out and just enjoy myself and not force myself to read books that I wasn't interested in just to get to a certain number. So now I can read when I want and I can slump when I want, and it's great! Yeah guys, there you have it. That was just me checking in with these little goals that I have. I think I'm doing alright. I think the next coming months are going to be significantly better for my reading as well as my content creation, and I'm so excited. If you like this video, you're more than welcome to give it a thumbs up if you feel so inclined. I'm not your boss, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I would love it if you guys left me comments because talking to you is actually my favorite thing in the entire world. And if you haven't already and want to see more of my content and more of my mug, you are more than welcome to subscribe. I actually upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And like I said, my name is Morgan. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and happy reading. Okay, bye!